Wake up. I have received a lot of unknown data, and a person of unknown identity is walking in our direction. This is a diary created in 2011, but your current system date is set to 2057. The title is A Space Adventure, and it has been recorded by a French astronaut called Philippe Forte. I have found both audio and text data.
Friday the 21st. Today, something unforgettable happened. While I was working on the old Cobalt 5 satellite for the CSE, I suddenly lost radio contact. I wasn't able to call Serena Madrano or Tony Shield for my team, so I panicked. Just lost all sense of reality. You know, when you're out there in space, anything can lead to your end. I'm not sure how much time has passed. For all I know, it may have only been a few seconds. What I do know is I was trying to repair that stupid radio, and I didn't see the thing arrive. But then I saw it. The cube, of course. An intriguing, black, perfect block that seemingly came out of nowhere. I immediately felt it was emitting a kind of strange radiation. Knowing the possibility that it might be dangerous, but right now, as I'm running these lines, I feel dizzy, like I'm about to faint. These are surely my last words before I pass out. Saturday the 22nd. When I woke up this morning, I felt strange. Did I die yesterday? Of it, I thought I was about to leave this world, but I believe this cube saved me somehow, because now I'm somewhere else. I've been wandering around all morning in this unknown place, which appears to be a spaceship. Sunday the 23rd. I was wrong. I'm all alone, but not on a spaceship. Even if it could probably be called one. Personally, I would call it Ark, because that's what it is to my eyes. This awesome structure is protecting an impressive quantity of data. Not just any kind of data, it's the knowledge of all living beings, past and present. Monday the 24th. Some computers I'd studied this afternoon referred to a civilization that I call the Interns. The Interns built this ago to gather evidence of life in the universe, though I couldn't say what happened to them since. If you read my notes, maybe you're also here in the Ark? Did you live the same kind of experience as I had? Were you teleported here because of a cube you found too? If the answer is yes, you must understand that you have been chosen. You're not here accidentally, I know that now. But I also know that my words must seem a bit confused or crazy. There's the translation problem, of course, which prevents me from writing everything I wish. But also, I don't know where to start the story. So the best approach is that you take your time to assimilate all of this. Try to find your way on the Ark and always keep the cube with you. It'll be very helpful sometimes, and more than helpful, it also contains a part of the knowledge I was speaking of before, and it will slowly be transmitted to you during your journey, so don't lose it. Tuesday the 25th. Just in case, while I explore, I started to leave some clues here and there. Nothing important, just some papers to explain the different mechanisms of the Ark. It's just that most of them were difficult for me to solve, and there is still a lot to understand. Wednesday the 26th. I was able to confirm that the teleport room is right here. It's probably the best way to leave the Ark for predefined destinations, but it's currently impossible for me to get back to my planet. From what I found, these teleports need some kind of small cubes to function. These dice are made of the same material as the big cubes, and they seem to be the only thing able to activate the two teleports.
This teleport pod is out of service.
Saturday the 2nd. I visited a new planet today. Because it's uninhabited, I decided to give it my name, Planet Forte. I realized it was not referenced in any of the Ark's computers. It's strange because it's my cube that gave me the coordinates of my dream. Whatever. I went there and fed it all for my taste. First thing I did was enjoy the sea. The sun seems to always be shining here, and the water's really hot. There are a lot of small fish, but no trees of any dangerous aquatic creatures. I was a bit worried at the beginning to encounter an alien shark or a giant octopus, but there's really no danger. Sunday the 3rd. Nothing better than a Sunday on a paradise island. The ground here is made of a strong gray rock, and it hurts a little when you're barefoot. That's because of the asperities, but also the heat of the stones. I stayed there until night and then started to feel alone. I didn't bring the cube with me. Wednesday the 6th. Back on the Ark. This bridge is amazing. I like its ambiance, even if the place is quite dark. And the most interesting thing is certainly this device which moves the Ark from one point to another in space. You choose your XYZ coordinates on a kind of grid, and then you just watch through the window to instantly see your new destination. Most of the time, if you don't have specific coordinates, you just see the space, and a few stars shining in the snowman's land. Monday the 11th. When the cube gave me my first planet coordinates, I was amazed to discover the Ark could move. Thus, 2 months ago, I encountered a people on planet Kepler. I called it planet Kepler because of the famous astronomer of the same name. He did a lot of research on the universe and associated some planets with regular polyhedrons. In particular, he developed a theory based on platonic solids, from tetrahedrons to icosahedrons, including the regular hexahedron alias cubes. He also made a link between these solids and planets, and more specifically, between cubes and planet Scifi, formerly known as Saturn, which is near Terra. Scifi has a huge ring around it, and so does the planet I called Kepler. On top of that, I had good reason to think that the black material that this cube is composed of comes from the mines of this very planet. Tuesday the 12th. I went back on Kepler. I had to deactivate the airlock securities once again from the control room, but I don't really fear intruders while the Ark's landed on this planet. I was soon greeted by the 3 Keplerians who once helped me to find water. Nishi, Tosh, and Aku live in the village I spoke of before, and they're almost my age. It's not surprising we became friends very quickly. Tosh and Aku are experienced hunters, and both these strong young men are good help when I need repairs on the ship. Nishi's probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever met. She's smart, funny, and if it wasn't for Lori, I might have fallen for her. Tuesday the 19th. I convinced my 3 friends to come with me on Planet Forte. They were not really interested, giving excuses of various chores, so I had to insist. When they discovered the turquoise landscape of Forte, they couldn't believe it. They had never seen a blue sky. On Kepler, the atmosphere is always reddish, and the water quite dark. On top of that, the Keplerian village is surrounded by a mountain barrier, beyond which extends a vast desert. Wednesday the 20th. This night, I didn't bring the cube, but I felt at peace. Was it due to the presence of my friends? When the sun rose on the horizon, I had decided to include them in my plans. The idea was to build a cabin where I could stay the cube undisturbed, so I asked Nishi, Tosh, and Aku for their help. I knew they were experienced because their people used to make their own houses on Kepler. I was relieved when they agreed. They even told me it was a good idea because they didn't like the idea that I was alone on the Ark, and they couldn't welcome me in their village because of their rules. Monday the 25th. We've been very busy building my house on Forte. There's still a lot of work, but we've decided exactly what to do. Nishi is good at drawing things, and she made the sketches of my future residence. Tosh, Aku, and I started looking for anything we could use for construction. On the Ark, we gathered various pieces of metal, and even went back on the Cobalt 5 to get solar panels. Thursday the 28th. My idea of a small cabin was evolving from day to day. Because there were no building materials on the islands, we used things we got on the Ark. And honestly, I wouldn't have thought of such a place to live in. The cabin itself was quickly finished, but during my sleep, the cube gave me a vision of a dome to protect my home. Everyone enjoyed the idea, and we decided to make it. It's not surprising that the Terrans had relations with the Kevlarians long ago, because these people are really clever. They might look uncivilized at first, but they know a lot about the Ark and its mechanisms. Friday the 29th. I spoke with Nishi late at night. She wanted me to describe Terra, and then asked why I named them Kevlarians. In fact, they call themselves Scifi, which means something like children of the ancestors. So I talked with Kepler, the scientist, and I came to speak of Plato too, the Greek mathematician and philosopher of antiquity. Well, we laughed a lot about the fact that I was pronouncing Platon instead of Plato. In my native language, French, the scholar was named Platon. At this precise moment, I was shocked by something huge. How is it possible these people were speaking the same language as me? And then I realized what really happened. I wasn't speaking English to my friends. You speak the Nemat, said Nishi. It means I was speaking in a Terran, and it had been done all naturally. It's amazing. I was speaking a language that I totally ignored 3 months ago, and I didn't realize it. The cube is definitely a strange thing.
We cannot do anything here, it's too dark. An error message.